Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, okay. There was like one person for a hot second, and then now there are like five. That happened really fast. Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. And I hope you are ready for a new week. Who is ready for a new week? I am. I'm ready for a new week. I just wish this month was going by so fast because I have so much to do. But I'm ready for a new week. Ready to go. All right, I'm going to get us started. We're going to read our Psalm of the morning. For those of you who may not know, I am reading through this volume called Psalms of the Bible, published by Holman. It has all of the Psalms of the Bible in the Christian Standard and in the King James. And so we've just been working our way through, and I've been reading the CSB Psalms. Today, we are going to be reading Psalm 28. Psalm 28, and I should have brought my water with me. It's not on my desk, and so if I need to like clear my throat or anything, please bear with me because I don't have my water on me. All right, Psalm 28. This is a psalm of David, and it says, "Lord, I call to you, my rock. Do not be deaf to me. If you remain silent to me, I will be like those going down to the pit. Listen to the sound of my pleading when I cry to you for help, when I lift up my hands toward your holy sanctuary. Do not drag me away with the wicked, with the evildoers, who speak in friendly ways with their neighbors, while malice is in their hearts. Repay them according to what they have done, according to the evil of their deeds. Repay them according to the work of their hands. Give them back what they deserve. Because they do not consider what the Lord has done, or the work of his hands, he will tear them down and not rebuild them. Blessed be the Lord, for he has heard the sound of my pleading. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him, and I am helped. Therefore my heart celebrates, and I give thanks to him with my song. The Lord is the strength of his people. He is a stronghold of salvation for his anointed. Save your people, bless your possession, shepherd them, and carry them forever." That was Psalm 28. And okay, next week we might do a double because they're short psalms. Good morning. We'll see. I've really enjoyed reading through these psalms, and yes, I feel like we're going at a snail's pace because it's once a week, and then there are some mornings or Mondays like last week where I had to skip. But it's always good to just pause and start the work week off with a psalm. Good morning. All right, let us do. And as I was thinking about it, so sometimes when I read a Bible verse or a passage, I don't always have thoughts right away. And now that I'm thinking about it, as I'm talking, I'm thinking about the fact that we may feel now or in various seasons that, I don't know if you all feel this, but sometimes you look around and you observe what's happening in the news or in social media and whatnot, and it just feels like a lot, right? It just feels like a whole lot, and sometimes things just don't feel fair. There are a lot of things about life that aren't fair, whether it's a personal way in regards to family members or friendships or on the job or just in society as a whole, at whatever level. And Psalms like the one we just read, and when you connect them to other places in the Bible, perhaps, it gives us a sense of God will give me justice. It may not be when I want, but I know that at some point, at the end, he will give his people justice. And that's a comforting thought. And yeah, so those are the thoughts on top of on top of mind as I'm sort of thinking through the psalm in the back of my head. That is a very comforting thought for me. All right, we're going to do a conversation card. I have this set from the Cultivate What Matters. And these are just conversation cards you can use for anything, and it comes with a little color-coded dice. And I'm going to roll and see what color we've got. Oh, yellow. Yellow, yellow. And yellow is the future. The future. And all right, here's an interesting one. How do you feel about aging? How do you feel about aging? And explain. Aging, I feel like this is really philosophical. My husband always says, there are only two options. And so we would prefer to age, right? We would prefer to age. I'm actually in a season of my life where I'm really enjoying getting older. I'm more comfortable in my skin now than I was in my teens and in my 20s. 20s were good. My 20s were good. And my teens were good. But as I look back, I just, retrospectively, they just feel awkward. I don't know. Does anybody feel that about their teens? Now I'm in my 30s, and I like being in my 30s, and I'm looking forward to my 40s. I have high hopes for my 40s, even as I'm enjoying my 30s. So that's an interesting question. How do we feel about aging? How do we feel about it? Now, do I like the fact that I have to be more intentional about taking care of my body? When you're a teenager, we take so many things for granted when we're younger. And I'm still relatively young, but I know that if I don't take care of my body the way I ought to now, I'm going to pay for it in spades when I'm older. So yeah, ain't that the way? Cindy says, I feel like it's a blessing. It's a blessed thing to grow old with family and friends. As we grow older, we learn to cherish the things that aren't bought in a store. Yeah. I hope that we're wiser as we get older, right? That we're wiser and we're more appreciative of the things that we have, and that material possessions are not what makes us happy, what fulfills us. And yes, material things can make us happy, right? Books make me happy. Those are material things. But the fulfillment of yourself at a soul level, they don't come from a store. Good morning. No problem, Katrina. No problem. I hope everything is well with your dog. Oh, it's routine. That's good. So, okay. So that's kind of to our point. Just like all living things, we need maintenance, and we need to take care of ourselves. So Katrina's taking care of her dog. We also need to take care of ourselves. Speaking of which, there are some routine things that I need to get done that I have not scheduled this year. So thank you for reminding me. All right. Let's talk about priorities. I have 2 priorities this week. I have 3 priorities this week. I have a boatload of editing to do. I have a lot of video editing to do this week for stuff that I filmed over the past couple of weeks. I have I want to prep some salads. We did not do any meal prep this weekend. We usually do. We try to. And we've been kind of lax on it, but it's okay because my husband is out of town for part of the week. I don't know how long, what part, but he's out of town today, and we'll see how long he's gone. And because of that, I'm glad that we didn't prep, because what we would have prepped would have been hard for him to take, blah, 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 blah. So I just have to prep for myself, and I'm going to go to the store and get some stuff because I want to make some salads and smoothies this week. So that's a priority for me. is to prep. Oh my goodness, I just dropped all my pens. It's okay, they're pens. I'll get them in a minute. So I need to get my salads and smoothies prepped. And then editing, and then if I can, filming. So I have a lot of editing to do. I need to have a lot of filming to do. Actually, no. I'm thinking through this project I'm working on. It's really just editing this week. Because if I edit the pieces I have, I'm sorry, you have to walk through this with me. I'm making you walk through this with me. If I edit the pieces I have, that's going to inform that the rest of my filming is done correctly. So I actually just have to edit this week with maybe a little bit of filming. So my meal prep, my editing, and I have a couple smaller projects, but that's really it. What are you guys working on this week? What are you guys working on? I know a lot of kids are, I think this is the last week of school for a lot of kids around this time. So any parents having to deal with the last few days of school? How is that going? Getting ready for summer. I'm trying to think of what else. Meal prep, editing. Okay. And actually, I have copywriting to do. Proofing Cornerstone, working on the newsletter, and editing a project for a friend. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. I put meal prep, editing, and then writing. I have some writing I got to do. Since I'm not filming, most likely I do have some copywriting I got to do. So those are my 3 priorities. And I will finish filling in the rest of my planner in a bit. But at least I know I have that to do. So that's enough, actually, considering how big this project is. That's quite enough. Yeah. It's quite enough. All right, let's talk about some challenges this morning. Let's see. I need to find some new cards because I think we've pretty much, over the past however long I've been doing the Monday morning show, we have done most of these. Well, we've done that one before. Actually, this is a good one in case anybody needs it. In case anybody needs this. Do I need to do this? I might. Since I was thinking about meal prep. Clean out your refrigerator. If you need to clean out your refrigerator, take everything out, toss expired items, wipe down surfaces. If you need it, there you go. Take care of that fridge and freezer, deep freeze, whatever you've got. Okay, I do want, this is so not on topic, but we never planted any herbs in our herb garden. We just have not taken the time. And I keep looking at it and I'm like, oh, it's so overrun and it needs to be cleaned out and I want to put new herbs in. I'm going to think about it. I don't know why it feels like such a big task because it really is not a big task. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Oh, we've done this, but this is really important. If you're out and about, give someone that you love and a total stranger a genuine compliment sometime this week. Somebody you love, so obviously somebody you know, and then somebody you don't know. If you're out and about, you're standing in line, you're, grocery shopping and you see somebody and you like their top or their haircut or whatever, give them a genuine compliment. It might make that person's day. You never know. I know that if I get a compliment, I was out and about. I think I was at a coffee shop once. And somebody was like, oh, I like your hair. And I had just gotten it cut and I wasn't sure about it. And was like, oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And it made my day. So give somebody a compliment. All right. And then the last one, we'll do this one. Last but not least, and it's so simple. I believe I've done this before. Be on the lookout for something beautiful this week. It doesn't have to be amazing. It doesn't have to be big. But just look for something. Be on the lookout for something beautiful this week. Okay. We just talked about, Cindy talked about how the best things are not bought in a store. And so I don't know about you, but I really don't pay attention to much. If I'm in the work zone, I'm just like, project, task. But it really, really is important to pay attention to the beautiful things around us. On that note, I'm going to pull it up here. I hope I have them saved. So Amazon is having a book sale, which I'm probably not going to buy anything, but there are a few titles that came up that I wanted to share since we're about to talk about the things that we've been reading. I wanted to talk about a few books that are on my TBR that I want to buy at some point. Maybe not right now, but at some point. Talking about noticing and being aware, things like that. Okay, so 3 books that you might want to check out. I forgot who recommended this to me, not necessarily personally, but I heard about it somewhere. I don't remember who it was, but it's a book called The Shallows, What the Internet is Doing to Our Brains by Nicholas Carr. And that's Carr, C-A-R-R. I'm going to put the titles here in the chat. What the Internet is Doing to Our Brains. Our brains. That's the tagline. The title is The Shallows. And it's Nicholas Carr. That's one book that I'm interested in reading. I really don't want to get into how detrimental technology and the internet can be, but I think that we need to be adults and talk about these things because, oh my goodness, it's prevalent and it's detrimental. Okay, not that we can't use it or that we have to fully get away from it, but we need to be smart about it. Okay. The next one is called Dopamine Detox, a short guide to remove distractions. I forgot a word there. Remove distractions, and get your brain to do hard things. That one I'm really interested in because I think I could use a dopamine detox. And this is by, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce the name right, so I'm just going to type it in here. M-E-Urise. M-E-U, that's correct. Okay, that's the second one. And then there's one more. So Dopamine Detox, The Shallows, and then another one called Irresistible. Yeah. Irresistible. And apparently I can't spell that word. There we go. Irresistible. The Rise of Addictive Technology and the Business of Keeping Us Hooked. And this is by Adam Alter. Okay. 3 books that are on my to buy list, to be read list. I don't know if I'm going to listen to them or read them on paper, but they sound interesting and they are all related. And so I want to check those out. We'll see. What is everybody reading so far or currently? Excuse me. What is everybody reading currently? What am I reading? I've been trying to read A Little Women um, retelling, but I can't get into it for some reason. It's not hooking me, and it's not necessarily because the book itself is bad. I've heard good things about it, but I think the authors, I think my brain is trying to questioning whether the voices of the characters as written by these authors is true to the original writing by Alcott. And so I think my brain is trying to figure that out. So we'll see. I'm going to try to keep reading it. Other than that, I've been trying to listen to a couple of audiobooks, but they're not really hooking me either. So we'll see. I'm kind of in one of those, like, not a slump, but just kind of a little stuck. The other day I did pull How God Became King by N.T. Wright off my shelves. It's sitting here on my desk. I've heard good things about it. In case anybody's interested, How God Became King, The Forgotten Story of the Gospels by N.T. Wright. I got this used somewhere at some point. And it's been on my list, so I might start reading this. Cindy, you're reading The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. I've heard good things about it. Do I own that? Now, come to think about it, I thought I did, but I don't think I own that one. I don't know why I feel like I do. Anyway, I've heard good things about that one, so let me know how you like it. Anybody else, or what you're listening to, or what you are listening to. I need to catch up on a couple of podcasts. Bible Project podcast on the Sermon on the Mount. And I'm also listening to, and I have a lot of episodes, I think, to catch up on this one. The Gospel According to Jeremy. Any FFH fans from a long time ago, I used to listen to them all the time when I was a teenager, and still do now. Love them. And Jeremy Deibler, band leader, he has a podcast that he hosts with his wife, Jennifer, and a friend of theirs. And it's really fun. They have conversations, and I feel like I'm in on this conversation. And it's funny, and I really enjoy it. So I have to catch up on that one. Gospel According to Jeremy and Bible Project. And so I need to catch up on those. Cindy says that The Great Alone is really good. It does have her typical verbiage according to the setting, which some might find harsh. Yeah, I gotcha. She's writing true to the times. Remind me, is this post? Why do I want to say it's post Vietnam? What is it? Or post World War II? Isn't it post war of some kind? Yes. Okay, it is post war. Okay. Yeah. So true to the times. Oh, I also am trying to read Giver of the Stars, post Vietnam. Thank you. Giver of the Stars by Jojo Moyes was about women in, I want to say it's Appalachia. I could be wrong. Some mountainous region here in the States. And like traveling library women who are in a rural area and they're bringing books to people. I heard good things about it too, and I'm slowly reading that one. Sometimes I hit seasons where books aren't hooking me right away, and because I'm so busy, and because I'm, in the evenings, sometimes my brother and I or my husband and I will just watch TV. I know. I won't read, so sometimes I'm just like in moments where I'm just not reading as well. It happens. Also, for those of you who, I think I mentioned a while ago that I had read We Were the Lucky Ones. I know, Cindy, you're still working on that one. We're watching the series on Hulu, and oh my goodness. It is so good, but really, really hard to watch, depending on your stomach for this kind of thing. I recommend it if you're interested in World War II history and the Holocaust. It's really good. We, I think, are about halfway through it. I think our next episode is episode 5 out of 8. Really well done so far. Just really, it's a hard piece of history. Anyway. All right. Also, sorry, I'm just thinking about just random things. Yesterday we watched a movie called Devotion. It's currently on Amazon Prime, and I want to say maybe on Paramount if you have Paramount Plus. Um, it's called Devotion, and it's about the first Black aviator in the U.S. who fought in the Korean War. Um, this is 1950. Yeah. It was really good. It was really, really well done, and it was nice to watch a movie based on true events of like a war time period. That was a really bad sentence. Sorry, guys. It was nice to watch a movie about a war that didn't have like a bunch of cursing, because sometimes that's the case. And it wasn't like extremely violent or anything. It did have war scenes, like fighting scenes, combat scenes. But it was really interesting. It's sad, but it's really interesting. So if you're looking for a movie that is about a time in history, that one was really good. Devotion, and it's about the first Black aviator to finish. I am not going to have the right terminology, you guys. I'm so sorry. To basically finish like the training and whatnot that you need to have in order to be an aviator. And so in the military. So his name is Jesse Brown, and it's a really fascinating story. And I did it well. So those are my recommendations. Oh man, flight school, something like that. Yeah. First one to go through. So it was really good. My husband wanted to watch it, and it was good. All right. That's it. I think before I start making more recommendations as they come to me, let us go ahead. Did I finish everything? Okay, we did priorities. We did our psalm. We did challenges. I'm just going to read off the challenges. Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome. I'm going to read off the challenges one more time. Clean out your fridge, if that is applicable. Give someone you love and a total stranger a genuine compliment sometime this week. And I would make it a practice. I would just make it a practice to compliment strangers. You see somebody's got a great haircut, or you like their dress, or oh, hey, I saw you were reading that book. What are you reading? Just whatever. Be genuinely interested in people, even if you don't know them, and not like, don't be creepy about it, right? And don't invade people's personal space, but just be nice, be interested, be aware. I'm talking to myself. Get my face out of my phone and like look at the people around me and be a nice person. Right? And then be on the lookout for something beautiful today. Cindy, you mentioned something. CeCe Winans was on American Idol. That's fun. That's fun. I have not watched Idol in so long. Because I don't have regular TV, so a lot of the regular TV shows I'm just not thinking about. Except for a few that stream afterwards on a streaming service. But so cool. So cool. So those are our challenges. Pick your priorities if you have not picked them. Focus on being productive and useful. Now, let me qualify this. This weekend, my husband and I took some time to be lazy and sleep in. And sometimes rest is productive. So if you need rest this week, please take it. Please take it. If you're going to like vacation or something like that, go on a trip, take your rest. That is productive. We often think that when we're productive, it has to be something that we can check off a to-do list and it has to like add or whatever. Rest is productive. It does add to our well-being. It adds to our health. It adds to our peace of mind. Cindy says it's a blessed thing. It is a blessed thing. So please rest if that is what you need. All right, I'm going to let you all go. We are just over the half-hour mark. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. I will possibly not be doing the Monday morning show next week because it's Memorial Day. We've got a 4-day weekend, my husband and I, and so I'm not going to commit to anything on a holiday. So have a wonderful, wonderful week. Have a wonderful holiday weekend. If you, regardless of whether or not you get to do anything particularly fun or exciting, we have no idea what we're doing. But yeah, have a wonderful week, productive week, whatever that means. Take care of yourselves, take care of your people, be a nice human, and I will talk to you next time. Again, most likely in June. Oh my gosh, you guys, we're in June. We're almost in June. Well, have a wonderful last week of May, right? Is that correct? Why does that feel like that came really, really fast? Okay, no, no, no. We have 2 weeks because June 1st is not until Saturday. Oh, good Lord, have mercy. I got us there too quickly. Have a great week. Go smile and share Jesus. I love that, Rebecca. Thank you so much for that. Let's do that. All right, let's go ahead and close with prayer, and I will let you all go. Thanks so much for hanging out. Have a wonderful week. All the things. Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for another wonderful day that you've given to us. Help us to be productive. Help us to take care of ourselves, take care of our people, do the work that you've placed in front of us, whether it's exciting or mundane, whether we feel like doing it or not, Lord, you know that when we meet challenges and struggles, that it makes us stronger. And we just ask that whatever this week brings, that we will trust in your providence and your provision and your mercy, and that you would bring us through it, that our hands would be held safely and securely in yours, and that we would do the best with what we have where we're at. And we thank you for all the things you do for us, the things that we know and see, and the things that we're not even aware of. We ask that, I ask that you would be with anyone who is dealing with anything particularly difficult in this season, any just whatever challenges, Lord, that is represented by everyone here today and who may be watching in the replay. If there's any grieving, if there's any loss, Lord, I pray that you would step into those spaces and be a comforting presence, and that you would bring us through. I ask that you would continue to bless, guide, and protect all of us, and help us to have a wonderful week where we can be good, kind humans who share your love, and so that when they see us, they see you. We thank you for all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, you all. Have a wonderful day, and yeah, go out. I like that. Have a great week. Smile and share Jesus. I might need to write that down so we say that more often. Have a great Monday. I'll talk to you all later. Thank you. Bye.